Hi Sagittarius, this is your general tarot reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of July. Let's get shuffling these cards to wait on the right ones to come out just for you, as always, Sagittarius. And in the meantime, we'll talk about the energies that are happening in the sky. So what's happening for you? Well, the focus has been a lot recently on your finances, on your money, getting a bit emotionally stressed out by your financial situation. Certainly, you couldn't get a handle on it. It's almost like a little bit of a crisis where you really came to the conclusion, I have got to get my money in order. And that's what the Sun is doing in the 8th house. It's saying, let's get this stuff together here. Seriously, Sagittarius, we've got to get the money issue going. You want to be able to create a kind of future long-term plan for your finances. You don't want to be living from paycheck to paycheck. We've spoken about this before, but it seems this month now, the energy is all about getting super serious about that. Super serious. Hopefully not overly serious, but you're getting organized, you're becoming more responsible, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. I mean, you're making good changes in your life, you're doing very, very well. Saturn and Pluto is in there in your 2nd house also, with the moon there in Capricorn. And it's the idea is that it's trying to bring up a bunch of stuff that you might not have seen before in terms of your financial situation, so that you can really get a good plan together. And the Sun is shining on that. It's like you want to make long-range investments. You want to get your taxes together, your banking together, money that was owed to you or due to you. You want to see that come back. And maybe this is the month for that. It's a month where maybe your resources, once they're organized, won't feel so drained. Stop pulling on my purse strings. Yeah, it's a bit like that. I mean, I know that paper can be turned into origami, but it looks like every banknote that you took out, it just turned into a bird that flew away. No, shit's getting real now. You're getting serious about it. So if you are thinking about investments, even pensions, just some long-range vision to bring the cash in, then this is the month to make it happen, my love. In terms of other things, you might have hit a bit of a wall in terms of your self-confidence. Again, it's something we've spoken about before. This card came out followed by this card. Your self-confidence may have taken a little bit of a knock this month, Sagittarius. Somebody might have undervalued you or disrespected you. It's like a moment where you've come out of a period where you've seen people disrespect you, where you've seen people pull their energy away from you. You haven't had the support, it seems, that you needed from other people. And that has bothered you, that's weighed heavily on you. And you're saying, maybe I can't do this alone. Maybe I can't depend on those people anymore. There's something I cannot depend on anymore. So I've got to take care of my own business. I've got to find a way to encourage support, both financially and within your self-esteem. Now, what I could say here is that there might have been an element where you were left feeling very lonely. Yeah. And you don't mind being alone. You're okay with that. You keep yourself busy. You don't mind it so much. It's just a little light switch going off where you're saying, I need more in my life, more support, something to fall back on. Yeah. In terms of your finances, you now need something to fall back on. You can't put all your eggs in one small basket. You've got to see your money grow, but also your friends, your support, your little network of people. You've got to get more from them. You need more from them. And you'll be seriously thinking about building up a new little group or a new something, a new project that props you up so that whenever you're met in times of trouble again, you've got something to fall back on. Something to fall back on. And whenever again you feel that you've been challenged, you've been made vulnerable, or in some way you've been disrespected, then you want to build something in your life now where nothing can take that away again. Nothing can reduce your self-esteem anymore or take away extra support from you in some way. Yeah. The more support you have, the better able you are to cope in moments where you're feeling low, where you're feeling maybe your self-esteem is a bit down, or where you have felt disrespected by somebody. You now need to open that up and find a way to never be left on your own again, feeling low down and disrespected. Yeah. It's about building something around you, a structure around you, so that, like I said, you always, always in times of trouble have something powerful to fall back on. Okay, so that's the opening energy of the month, which you have already felt by the time you watch this video. Now, you have a lot of energy going on in the 9th house, a very comfortable place for you, Sagittarius. You are using, you're using this month to really go for it, to really expand upon your big vision. You have an idea of how you want your world to be. Like I said, you're building a support network around you. You're maybe looking for other sources of money that's outside of your income. You might be looking for money that's due to you. Maybe you have to go back through the courts to kind of rejiggle money that comes to you, maybe from a divorce, or you have to rejiggle money that comes to you from taxes in some way. But you have great plans for your future, and it's all about having the financial support and real emotional support as you go ahead with these big aspirations. So you're dreaming big this month, Sagittarius, and good for you, because you've left behind a bunch of stuff. We know that you had issues in your work life. You had issues with people. Yeah, we did talk about this before. Issues with people not noticing you, being disrespectful with you. And now it's the month where you turn, where you've seen what has been, and now you're looking at what could be. You have a lot of dreams and plans happening this month. That's a very nice energy for you. I mean, Sagittarius in the 9th house, this is where the archer really begins to draw back his bow and shoot his arrow to far off places. Strongly thinking about far off places, maybe thinking about foreign investments, getting money from a foreign place, getting money from foreign people, or certainly getting money from even a skill that you have, like a talent that you have. You're wise in something. Well, of course, you're Sagittarius. You're wise in a bunch of stuff, but you have something that's maybe teachable. Maybe you can teach or educate or share what you have, the talent that you have or the knowledge that you have, with a wide range of people. The knowledge that you have could be used to teach foreign people, people that are kind of alien to you, outside of you. Yeah. And there could be a moment where you just want to escape this month, get out, have a holiday, take a break, see the world again, because it has been quite small recently in your life, with lots of details, having to organize a lot of things, and not being very appreciated either for the stuff that you've been organizing. Yeah, that's true. And you're saying, leave them all to it. Let them all just figure out their own shit. I am off. I'm going places. I'm traveling. I'm expanding my mind. And I am doing like the computer, Control, Alt, Delete, wiping it all off and experiencing something new and refreshing. I want something want something new and refreshing that seems to please you. You do like foreign cultures, foreign food, foreign things, and you like traveling, even astral traveling. You like going far. And this is a month where you seem to get your strength back, my love, when you go far. Now, because your mind will be traveling far and you'll be traveling far, there could be a moment where your mind is taken so much off the small details that you miss appointments, that you maybe turn off your phone, turn off the phone, turn off the internet, and okay, so you might miss a lot of communication from people, but you don't care. You don't care, because it's out of that you want, stepping out of that communication matrix to just open your mind again and just say, this is my happy place. When I'm eating really good foreign food, meeting new people, having fun, having a laugh, and learning something that I never knew before. That's your happy zone, Sagittarius. Now, other big things that are happening. Jupiter is going direct in your 12th house. So there's an expansion coming of 12th house issues, which is letting go of a lot of things. This month could prove to be a month where you might lose a lot of unnecessary baggage. Lose the things that need losing. And it will feel good. It's expanding it, but it's also like a lucky thing to happen. You could find luck too in places where there's 12th house things, like in theatres, in cinema and photography, in bars and clubs where there's alcohol, where the mind moves to an altered state. I'm not suggesting that you do hard drugs. Please don't go do a bunch of hard drugs and say, well, she said. That's not what I'm saying. It's when your mind is taken a little bit elsewhere, out of the daily grind, and where it goes into magical places, imaginative places. That's where you might find your luck is at. Is that part of what you want to do? You want to build up extra money or a resource by investing a little bit into something highly abstract and highly imaginative, something that you're very, very skilled at, something that you've a lot of knowledge about. Even the occult, that's quite abstract. Tapping into things which are not usually seen, things that are illusions. Makeup, the cosmetics industry, I know it's usually the 6th house, but glamour, putting a glamorous shine on something, if that's your talent, then there seems to be something lucky in that. Yeah. Glamour, style. Yeah, so I like that. But certainly it's all about losing things now, cutting a cord, losing things that need to be lost, and not to fear that when it happens, my love, because it's necessary and it will bring you luck. Cutting the cord. Cutting the cord. Have you been very dependent on people? And now it's like you've been dependent on people, that there were blurred lines in your relationship a little bit, that they weren't your significant other but something else, or they weren't your friend but very blurry relationships. And now you're drawing lines, you're saying, this is what we are. We are in this relationship or we're not in this relationship. We're a couple or we're not a couple. Let's make this clear. Let's draw. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. If somebody is maybe trying to keep their toothbrush in your apartment and you're saying, hang on, no, take all this shit out. This is my house. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. And so it's about cleaning up to some of the blurred lines in some relationships, people who might be overstepping the mark. And I will say this too, Sagittarius, maybe somewhere where you may have been overstepping the mark in some relationships, assuming that they were something when they were not. And the energy here is now you having the control and power to see that clearly and say, Let's draw clear lines. What are you to me? What do you mean to me? Can I depend on you? And if they can't give you that level of support that you'd hope, then draw a line under it. So that's coming over and over again. So that seems to be quite a key thing happening for you this month. Now, again, now look, the new moon in Cancer in your 8th house, it's saying the same thing. It's like, stop with the blurred lines in relationships. Get your power back, draw lines, establish who you are, what you're doing, establish who owns what, who pays for what. Yeah, even if it's in terms of bills, if you're in a relationship, you might be saying, come on, I'm paying all these bills here. Can we get something fairer happening? Or vice versa, maybe your partner is paying all the bills and you're saying, no, I need to step up, I need to be able to contribute here. I need to be able to contribute. That was your fear of not being able to contribute in some way financially. But it's changing. The new moon is going to give you some answers in how to have that solid dependability on your finances. Yeah, that's very nice actually, Sagittarius. Building security in your finances and building your self-power. You know, a lot of people do forget that money is power. I know in the New Age would say, oh no, the power is inside you, which is true. The power ultimately is inside you. But on this plane of existence, money does sometimes mean power. And you're grasping that this month. You're grasping it. You want more power in your life. And you've put 2 and 2 together in this 3D dimension and said, no, money equals power. Therefore, if I want power, I need more money. Now, the lunar eclipse at the end of the month happening in your 3rd house. If there were issues with your neighbors or issues with your brothers or sisters, siblings, cousins, something like that, that really, really drove you nuts. This is where it all ties off, where it all begins to finish up. Will you put a bit of a distance? Maybe something about your siblings or some members of your family or neighbours really, really pushed you to the outer limits. And it's time now to close that chapter. Take your energy out of it so that you're not so stressed and drained by it. Yeah, okay. Look, here we've a few more cards. Cards are quite slow. Why are the cards slow? Your energy is down a little bit, Sagittarius, is it? Confusion too. It's a little bit of confusion. Where do I go now? What do I do? Well, I think you know the answer to that. I think you do know where you're going. July will tell you where you're going. And where else? I'm just trying to read more because I do feel particularly this month that you need answers. You need answers. You're closing communication with a bunch of people too this month. Tired of your telephone always ringing. Tired of always having to reply to emails and to private messages. You're tired of it. Close that communication down and get back to seeing the big view. Get back to focusing on my education. Get back to focusing on learning about this world. It's like the world has mystified you a little bit recently, Sagittarius, and you're saying, I need to learn more. Maybe I need to travel more. I need to go back to my roots a bit. I need to go back and find who I am. Yeah, because I seem to have veered so far away from who I really am. Stuck. It's always stuck. Nothing moves, nothing is moving. I'm always here doing the same old tired shit. I'm stuck, and I'm beginning to feel the pressure of this stagnation. I'm beginning to feel that I'm being deliberately punished and held down. Why can't I escape? Why can't I get out of here? But you will. Waiting on these 2 last cards, Sagittarius. If they don't come soon, okay, here's one. Stuck behind words, stuck behind ridiculous communication. Now that's popped up. Yeah, and here's your last card, the communicator. Ridiculous communication, ridiculous toing and froing, not knowing where you stand with another person, the confusion that lies there, ridiculous people behaving badly, ridiculous words, ridiculous information arriving to you, and you're just looking going, is there an eject button here on this life? Is there where's the exit door to this dimension? I just need to get out. These people are nuts, and I can't explore, I can't travel, I can't get away from these ridiculous situations and these ridiculous people and this ridiculous thing about me never being able to have money. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. And this month is throwing all that up in the air so you can fix it. Now, ridiculous, 21 minutes talking about the energies. So let's get moving. Here we go. Hopefully you're seeing the big picture, which you are, Sagittarius. This month you are seeing the big picture. And once you do see the picture, here we have you, hope returning, hope and good communication with people will return. There's a better flow coming into your life. This is a messenger of the gods, and anytime she appears, it's a serious message. She's trying to show you that you do have dreams for your future, and you've got to begin now putting those dreams and plans for your future into place in order to get you out of this feeling of being permanently stuck in the mud. Permanently stuck in the mud. Earth meeting water can be a bit like quicksand, and she's saying no, wherever there were blurred lines in your life, again blurred lines, separate earth and water, separate and see things for what they really are. And once you see things for what they really are, without kind of lying to yourself even, then you're able to have a clear sky. You can see the stars again, and you can move forward to this great big future. This is also an Aquarius card. Maybe Aquarius is really influencing you at the moment. Certainly with the lunar eclipse at the end of the month, Aquarius is encouraging you to shut down some communication with certain people and to create those lines, as I said. Define your relationship. And you're beside it saying, but I can't define the relationships yet because I don't know where I stand. I don't have all the information. I seem like I'm walking around in my life blindfolded and unable to wield my power. It's like I'm hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and because of that I can't escape evil. I can't move forward from evil. I'm stuck. But the lunar eclipse is unstucking you. Yeah, that's what it is. Unstick yourself from sticky situations. Unstick yourself from people that you've a blurred relationship with. Just unstick, baby, unstick. Now, your hopes and dreams had been causing you a great deal of confusion. Where do I go? I want to go into the future, but I can't make a clear decision, it seems, because I want to make a clear decision, and once I make a clear decision, then I can run with it. The card of putting all your energy into it. You've all this energy, you're ready to go, but where do I throw it? Where do I throw my energy? Well, I tell you where you throw it. You throw it on getting back to who you are. Getting grounded, staking your claim on something. As I said, draw boundary lines, stake your claim on somebody or something, define your relationship, make, you know something, this is the card of making great big declarations of love or great big declarations of truth. Standing on the rooftop or standing somewhere high and saying, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing with my life. And that's what June is bringing into you. Yeah, the lunar eclipse, okay, here we go. The lunar eclipse is taking all that indecision out. not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. And it's giving you the opportunity to run full steam ahead into staking your claim and creating something solid in your life. I don't know why this is coming to my mind, but opening a business or opening something new, a talent or skill that you do, even if you're just being a sole trader or doing a little extra something that brings money in on the side, but you're starting again at the foundation level of opening something up to make money that you're passionate about. You don't want to work anymore doing things that you're not passionate about. You might have been passionate about them at one point, Sagittarius, but it's about now, no, this is boring now. There's got to be something new to see, got to be into something new to throw my energy into. And there is. And in July, you'll start getting that moving. You'll be talking about it, putting energy into it, networking about it, emails, conversations, meeting with people to get something solid and secure. And in terms of relationship, throwing your energy completely into the right relationships can seriously pay off. Seriously, as long as you're able to do everything that we said, weed out the relationships that are a bit too blurry, a bit too let's keep it casual, which sometimes suits you, Sagittarius. But in friendships, in business partnerships too, clean up those blurred lines and get back and clean up house. Clean up house. This is the energy of clean up house. Yourself, your future plans, your dreams, what you're doing in your life. Roll up your sleeves, baby, and clean it up so that you are free to dream and bring your future together. And look, once you do, you step out. You step out of the 3D world and into another dimension, let's say. It's basically the energy of you stepping out of the stagnation, stepping out of anything that was a bit shady too, some shady relationships, some disrespectful relationships. Disrespectful relationships, Sagittarius. People that you probably saw as a source of something, a source of love, a source of something precious to you, but it was a little bit disrespectful to you at the same time. You can't have that anymore. And this card says the same thing. Anywhere in your life where you find that you've allowed yourself to be disrespected, come through that this month, because the opportunity is there for you to do that now. And come through. See, she's naked, so she's stepping through, not entirely sure what to do next, but having the courage to step through. And that's the energy. You're kind of going boldly where no one has gone before. Do it. Step out. You've been so stuck and haven't been going out. You've been staying inside. You haven't been showing off your talents. You haven't been showing off your skills. You haven't been evolving. You stayed stuck. And it's time now, my love, to begin coming out of that. Because there's better things out there for you. Like what? What kind of better things? This, fire, earth behaving like fire, molten lava. Putting something together, a plan together that brings you in money and a sense of purpose. You want to have a career now. You want to bring in money now, doing something that gives you purpose. It's not about waking up in the morning, going to work anymore and just getting the cash. It's got to be done from a sense of doing something purposeful in your life now. And you're moving slowly and steadily towards that. This is like the beekeeper. While all the farmers are out there and they're raising big crops, they're raising cattle, they're raising corn, and there's obvious results. And they're looking at you and saying, look at what we're doing, look at what we're doing, what are you doing? It's not obvious to us that you're doing anything, you're doing nothing. But this month, what you're doing is being the beekeeper. You only need a small bit of space, a small bit of money, a small bit of time, just to create something, or to begin something small, which is your little beehive. And inside that beehive, you will generate the honey. It doesn't need to be big like the other farmers. It doesn't need to be on a big grand scale. It can begin small but purposeful, and it will generate the honey, the money. Now look at this. Here's the energy of you feeling very united to a relationship that is disrespectful, to a relationship that's ultimately hurting you. You've formed a very deep union or a very deep bond with a friend, with a relationship, with somebody that you love or trust, even a business partnership, somebody that you respect their input, you respect them in some way. You love them for what they know, and you love them for how much they know about you. So it's not always a love relationship, but it's that type of energy. And you have formed a very strong union with that, and this is where you're getting the disrespect. It seems, for some of you, I'll say this, for some of you, not all of you, there's an element of you feeling very attached and bonded to somebody who's not able to give all of themselves back to you in return. Perhaps you're very bonded to somebody who is distracted by another lover, or distracted by their work, or distracted by the fact that they've moved away or moved on, or there's something taking their energy out of what you would have perceived as a very good union. And that's where the disrespect is beginning to come. That's where your self-esteem got knocked. And I know sometimes you like open relationships or friendships or things to be, let's see how it goes. But the truth of it is, Sagittarius, that while you're saying to everybody else, let's see how it goes, underneath you do always form very strong bonds. But what can happen on the other side, the person says, well, Sagittarius says, let's see how it goes, so they're not really taking it seriously. So I'll find somebody who is taking it seriously, because they're kind of very casual about our business relationship, about our romance, about our friendship. So I'll find somebody else. And then you're left going, no, this is how I do things. I say, let's keep it light, let's keep it friendly, but all the while I am forming a bond with you. Yeah, seems that's been the issue. Respect. RESPECT for yourself now and for your relationships, so you don't end up heart worn, heart weary, tired in your heart. Yeah, and have respect for your finances, because that's something that could also be, it's like there's always a knife in the middle, like there's always a problem, there's always money that needs to be paid out. If you don't treat it so casually and give it some serious attention, then you'll get yourself out of those kind of messes, Sag. Now here we have this card coming towards the end of the month. You're beginning to see that if you kind of use the energies of this month, you can feel more supported, more grounded, more like yourself. 9, it's almost, you'll come out of this kind of tough situation that's making your heart feel a little bit broken, my love, and you'll feel more content in yourself, happier within yourself, ready to start again. This can sometimes be the card of wishes being fulfilled. So at the start of the month you were asked to dream big, dream into your future, and you might begin to see some of those dreams start to pay off. Your wishes may be granted. Now, so money is an issue. And what you might have to do before the month ends, my love, is to talk to a professional, a tax advisor, a financial advisor, somebody who's very, very good with money, somebody who's very skilled, professional, and you might have to just sit down with them and see if they can help you generate a new financial plan, a career plan, a business plan, a business plan, a business plan. Yeah, you want to invest a little bit of money, a little bit, into something that is going to generate money for you in the future, and you're going to get great advice from professionals. Professionals, don't just take any old idiot's advice. Even if you trust them, if they don't know what they're talking about, then dismiss their advice. You need proper professional advice on how to proceed now with your dreams and desires for the future. How to, if you're making business plans, you need to know all the tax issues and so on like that. You need to get that organized. And professional, maybe you might need the professional skills of somebody else to help you in some way. Creating something with another person, perhaps, where you have one set of skills, they have another, bringing them together and creating something else. Maybe, certainly on the table, something that's worth talking about. Now, we're coming towards the end of the month, and this is good because it seems that there is an end coming to possibly a relationship with an air sign. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. But also it's the end of cruel communication. Lunar Eclipse is saying the same thing, closing off something where there was bad communication. And you're finishing that up. There was bad vibes. Cruel, I won't just say nasty communication, it was downright cruel in some ways. And way too cutting. Somebody holding something over you, and you are finishing that shit up. And once you do, once you walk away from that and dust yourself off and walk away from people with nonsense communication, angry people, they're angry, they always have to have the last word, always have to say something. Angry, but yet at the same time they're not intelligent, they're stupid. Well, we won't say people are stupid, but we'll say the communication, the things they're saying are ridiculous. And you're closing that door and saying, I'm not playing that game. And once you close that door, here comes the magician. The one that says, if you pay attention and use this energy right, I can bring you to new places. I can send you far away wherever it is that you want to go. I can give you those ruby slippers and you can click your heels together and say, I wish, and go wherever you want to go. This is the card of choices, the card of feeling empowered once you have a real understanding of where you stand. You'll find yourself at a crossroads once you really organize yourself and look at what are the big issues in my life? Why am I always stuck here? Get the big picture of your life together, and then anything is possible. You know, you've two wish cards, actually 3 wish cards. The star, you wish upon a star at the beginning. Wishes are being fulfilled. And the last card is the magician saying, I can fulfill your dreams. I can make your wishes come true. It can happen. Wishes do come true. And your wishes are now his command. Yeah. Dream big, baby. Dream big to get you out of feeling small. Yeah. Dream big to get out of feeling small. And you can do it. I have absolutely no doubt, Sagittarius, that you can do it. And you will master this energy by the end of it. Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it at that. And if this is the first time watching my videos, then please do subscribe and join me on Facebook, She-Bear Tarot. I'm on Twitter and Instagram too. And come back next month to see how this unfolds. And I'm going to leave you, as always, with a great big kiss. Mwah, for luck. And remember, I love you. And see you next month. Bye, Sagittarius.